so you want to learn about stock investing. What's up guys, welcome back for another video. Today's topic is how to learn to invest in the stock market. If this is your first time on this channel, my name is Phil and I put out videos like this every single weekend. So if you like this video, make sure to press the like button, and if you're interested in learning about how to invest in the stock market, make sure to subscribe. So you want to learn how to invest in the stock market. Great. But where do you begin? In today's video, I'm going to use myself as an example, but remember, you don't have to do it the exact same way, but this is at least how I did it and what worked for me. The first thing I suggest you start with, which I started with years ago as a person without prior knowledge about the subject, is books for absolute beginners. Even though you can find a lot of information online, I felt that books organized the information I needed in a better way and also explain things in a way that a person without prior knowledge about the stock market could understand. So if you like to read books like me, I'll give you a few book recommendations at the end of this video for books where you can learn about the basics of stock investing. The second thing you can do is start watching and reading stock market and financial news. In the beginning, you might not understand much, but after a while, you start to get the hang of things, especially if you're already, learning about the subject. And at the same time, you stay updated on what's going on in the stock market and the world of finance, which is important when you invest. CNBC, Bloomberg, CNN Money, Yahoo Finance are just few of the websites I like to use to get my updates. The next thing you should do is dig deeper. What I mean by that is, let's say you're watching some stock market news and somebody says the company's PE ratio is 30 or 11 or whatever. But what does that mean? Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Well, search and find out. Use Google or YouTube. You have so much information at your fingertips, it's insane. And when you start feeling comfortable with the basics, buy books that go more in depth about different topics. You never stop learning. There's always something new you can learn. The next thing you should do is learn from the greatest investors of our time. For example, Warren Buffett, Peter Lynch, Philip Fisher, and the list goes on. Read books they've written or somebody have written about them and the way they invest and what made them so successful. And my last point today is, even though the list could be a whole lot longer, but I would like to keep this video short, is put what you have learned into practice. And by that I mean start investing. At some point you have to take action. The good thing is you don't have to start with real money. With a simple Google search you can find websites with stock simulators where you invest with virtual money, or you can just pick one company of your choice, do as much research on it as possible, and just pretend you invest, let's say, $100 in it. Write down how many shares you bought, at what price, and the date you bought them. And from that point on, follow the company for 3 months, 6 months, a year. See what the company is doing, what's going on in the company sector and industry, and so on. See how that affects the stock price and makes it fluctuate. And now, to end this video, here's a few book recommendations to get you started. The first book I ever read about stock investing was Stock Investing For Dummies. If you don't have prior knowledge about the subject, start with this book. I highly recommend it. I'll post a link to the updated version of this book in the description below this video, together with the other books. Also, read all of Peter Lynch's books. As I said earlier, read about or read books written by the greatest investors of our time, and start with Learn to Earn. And with that said, you can't talk about investing books without mentioning the book that Warren Buffett describes as the best book about investing ever written, and that is The Intelligent Investor by Benjamin Graham. Now, the list with books I can recommend can go on, but as a beginner, just start with these and later I'll add more books to the list. So that's all for today guys. If you like this video, I would really appreciate it if you give it a like, and if you want to learn more about stock investing, make sure to subscribe for more videos. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you next weekend.